What's up, guys, and welcome back to my garage. If you're enjoying this series, make sure to leave a like on the video. It would be greatly appreciated. In the last episode, we completed our OEM Plus BMW E36 M3, which is kind of a mouthful, but today we're going to be purchasing another new project, and it's kind of going to be same, but different. You'll see what I mean later. Now, we only have 3,500 bones, which means the only place that we're going to be able to get a new vehicle from is the Junkyard. But before we head that way, I would like to make just a little bit more money. Now, we have this vehicle here that we could perform a quick rust repair on, but we kind of always do that. So what I would like to do instead is hop into our parts truck and head into town. Okay, maybe we should have taken a different vehicle. Like, you know, the one that runs and drives really well, the BMW E36 M3. But I'm glad that we know that this thing pulls really badly to the left now. So while we're just cruising here, I tried to make a comparison video between my garage and Monbazoo the other day. I don't even know if it's out yet. I'm still sort of waiting on the green light from the mods as to whether or not I should post the thing. But as I was making that, I discovered that there's a money-making strategy that we don't really ever do. I think we've only ever really tried it maybe one time, and that is delivering pizzas, but not for money. We're delivering them so that we can hopefully get a barn find vehicle. So we're just gonna focus here in town, keep all the deliveries nice and close. Let's just accept one of them, and we'll go try it out. I'm gonna leave the death trap back there, and we're just gonna deliver this one on foot. But it's important that when you're doing this, not to left click ever. As long as you're holding a pizza in your hand, don't do it. You're gonna eat the pizza and then you're gonna be really upset. So you need to right click to deliver. Wait, are you kidding? That was the first one. Okay, I'll take it. 2,000 bucks. So this is where the old saying comes in, right? You have to spend money in order to make money. So we just dropped 2 grand on an unidentified vehicle. But we're gonna have to go identify it, aren't we? So where is she? It is, oh, interesting. Right next to the rally stage. Okay. I had one once before that was all the way up near the upholstery shop, and I remember getting it and just deciding, you know what? It's not worth it. I don't know if you guys can really even hear me over this. The transmission has decided to stop shifting automatically. This is an automatic transmission, and we have arrived officially, which is good. I'm really surprised that this thing even made it this far. I gotta, oh, okay. I think everything in the barn finally loaded in. Major frame droppage. I want to take a look at this transmission, though. No, transmission's fine. So maybe it's what do automatic transmissions have? Torque converters? Does that sound right? Anyways, we're not here to mess around with that truck. We are here for whatever vehicle no shot is inside of this. I was only, okay, hear me out. I was only getting a barn find vehicle so that we could easily flip it and make some money, right? We spent 2,000 bucks for this information, and we could have just sold this vehicle on the spot. That's $11,000 worth of profit. Quick math. But this is one of 2 vehicles that I was hoping to acquire at the junkyard later. So now I need to make the call. Do we just keep this thing and do what I was planning on doing to it? Or do we sell it and use the money, hopefully at the junkyard we could find either another one of these or maybe a convertible. Maybe a good old-fashioned drop top. I think we sell it. Because this is a much better come up than we would have been able to come up with if we were to, say, do a quick rust repair or something along those lines. I'm selling it. I wasn't expecting to find one of those here. I really wasn't. They're usually, like, it's usually a lad. What I will do, though, is collect all of the parts in here and throw them into the back of our parts truck. You know, we're probably not going to use any of this stuff, but it might be good scrap money. So with all that loaded up, it's time to hit the junkyard. Oh my god, this is just miserable. Would you shift already? Oh no, okay, we lost brakes. We're fine. We're fine. You know, this whole thing needs to be... The door's not going to close now. Oh, my. This whole thing needs to be rebuilt anyways. I just wish it would shift. Sure would be nice right about now. I think we've lost every gear except for maybe first. This could be second as well. Okay, brakes. Yeah, brakes still not working whatsoever. I'm having to use... Stop. Stop. Holy cow. I'm having to use the e-brake as brakes. Wait, why is that unscrewed? Oh, it probably just looks unscrewed because that's kind of where we collided with the tree. Oh, that also explains it. Why it was pulling so hard to the left. Okay, we're gonna deal with this some other time. I am instead going to take a taxi to the junkyard. What a great start to the day. What a weird start to the day.
You again.
Check in with this guy. Oh, that's all you have to say. Just you again. Okay, yeah, good to see you, I guess. We've got 50 FPS in the junkyard because of how many vehicles we have loaded in right now. Was that once a hatch? Doesn't say, it just says rat. Yeah, it totally looks like it used to be a hatch at one point. Kinda a little too much body damage for me, personally, but we've got a vert over here. Not so much body damage as it's just sort of missing body panels. And then is this a Mercedes? Yeah, I haven't seen one of those in a while. Okay, so we do have the vert that I was looking for, but how much is it gonna cost us? 5,100 bucks. It actually has more miles than the one that we just found in the barn, which is honestly kind of expected. If we buy this, it's not gonna drive back to the shop. So we're gonna have to do something else on that front. We can tow it though, right? It's been so long, I don't even remember. Oh yeah, tow to garage, 100 bucks. That's a no-brainer. And now we need to take a taxi back to the garage so we can sort of better inspect what it is that we just bought. Okay. Okay. We need to be so incredibly careful about this. Why did you spawn here? Maybe I should have towed it to the customer sign instead? Now we know, right? Now we know. If I move the blue E36 very, very carefully, it shouldn't ruin it. The other car should just sort of slide right off the top. Just keep going. You're good. I also have to be careful not to run into the wall over here on this side. Oh, it's so close. Okay, it looks like it's kind of hooked into the spoiler, so I'm gonna put her in reverse Terry. And then now, as long as we keep it low speed too, there shouldn't be any, like, body damage, really. Oh, this is not good. This is really not good. Okay, we've got it. There it is. Almost smacked the wall. Ooh, I didn't even realize that it had red interior. That looks pretty nice. Okay, now the more challenging part about this is going to be trying to get it inside of the shop. Maybe let's try to be smart about this for once, right? Let's grab this, and then we could... Oh, we need the move tool for that. If we move that roughly, you know, around the hoist here, we should be able to have that vehicle towed to the sign, and then we can just lift it. Should be that easy. Here we go. Attempt number 1. Tow to customer sign for 100 bucks. I quick saved prior just in case it didn't put it in a good enough location. That looks really solid. And I prematurely like extended the hoist arms because I did see that it's kind of missing 2 wheels on the left side here, on the driver's side. Okay. I think we can lift it. There it is. Beautiful. Okay. Let's pick this thing apart just a little bit, shall we? Engine, Doesn't really matter. Transmission doesn't really matter. Both of those are going to get swapped anyways. What this build is supposed to be is a more exciting, more fun version of our OEM Plus BMW E36 M3. This one probably won't end up looking like an M3. I'm not even sure I want to add an interior to it. I'd kind of like to keep it all ratty, but like the floorboard, that should probably get swapped out. I don't really want to see what's going on down under my, but we kind of have to check it out, don't we? Yep, it's bad. It is very, very bad. Dude, it's missing a considerable amount of stuff down here. But, I mean, that's a junkyard find for you. We're gonna raise her all the way up, grab our wrench, and start getting after it. Where is my wrench? It's in the backpack. Okay, we're good. I think that might have been the quickest teardown that we've ever done. I mean, that whole rear brace just came out with 4 bolts. Everything came out kind of all in one big piece. Gas tank does appear to be in good condition, so I feel like we could probably leave that there, unless we need to remove it. Yeah, we probably do, so that we can replace the whole floor pan and everything like that. But look at this is all that we took off the vehicle. This little group of stuff here and that little group of stuff there. Really not that much to this thing. So let's lower her back down. Or wait. Gas tank first. Then we're gonna lower her down. Get out our little, what are those things called? Not a disc, a cutoff wheel. We're gonna get that slapped onto our angle grinder, get it lowered down, and get it all cut out of there. It took a little bit more dismantling of the interior to do, but we were finally able to remove the entire floor of this vehicle, and come tomorrow morning, we've got to start getting a brand spanking new one welded in. But for right now, it's time to hit the sack.
The next morning.
Wait a minute. I came over here for some good old-fashioned cornflakes and bottled water, but we don't even have food or water or energy enabled at the moment, and I'm not really sure why, but I guess it's gonna save us a little bit of money, so I'll take it. What's a new floor pan gonna run us? 253 bucks. Could be worse. Could always be worse. We're gonna set that down right yonder, grab our welder, grab some electrodes, and get after it. I kind of feel like I cut up this thing a little bit more than we really needed to in order to get that whole piece removed from the vehicle. But it's all been glued back together, welded back up, and we are ready to move on to the next thing, which isn't going to be continuing to work on this vehicle. Just for a second. What I want to do now is get every single thing you see here loaded up into our very dangerous parts truck. I just realized that it's like broken. So what do we do now? I mean, it did drive all the way back here from our barn find, so maybe we just send it. I guess there are a few things that we're not quite ready to get rid of just yet, like this entire pile of interior pieces. We might be able to use some of that for this vehicle, even though it's a color that I don't really care for. It's free 99 at this point. We're going to keep this door because it's in good condition, just has a little bit of rust. I'm kind of considering keeping this just so that way I can tell myself that I need to get a red interior again, since it already had one. It looks really good, even though it's all not in great condition. The gas tank is still good, so we're of course going to keep that. All of these smaller things are still in good condition. And something that I noticed, these are the pistons from our original engine in the E36 M3, which now has performance pistons. But something that I noticed on those, I thought they were all in good condition. And then you get to these two on the end and they're just slightly discolored compared to the rest. So I'm assuming that means that they're no bueno. We're gonna put all of them in our backpack, or as many as we can fit, and then we're gonna take all of this stuff down to Scapegoat. He should be open actually in just a few minutes. Oh, I can't even close the window back here. Let's get all those added to the pile. And it's gotten a lot worse somehow, but we'll see if we can hopefully make it there. And there he is. Oh, I forgot that the brakes don't work anymore. How we doing, brother?
Hey, just a friendly bit of advice, bud. Keep your garage locked at night.
Oh, always. Always. You kidding me? I feel like that's just common sense, no? We're gonna start selling every single item that we have. We're starting with 9,600 bucks. So we'll see where we end up.
A few moments later.
$10,927, which is this much profit. I wasn't gonna try to mental math that. Are you crazy? Now we have to try to get the drivetrain pulled out of this vehicle, and I'm not really sure how it's being held in currently. There is no transmission support brace. Let me just put it up in the air so I can show you guys what's really happening. There's no transmission support brace. There's no front subframe, so the engine mounts have nothing tethered to them. I can't just like pick it up and take it out. Nope, okay, can't do that. Well, are we gonna have to like disassemble more of it? You know what? Let me disconnect the transmission. That's probably gonna work. That did it. I don't know why that did it, but it did do it. What is holding the transmission in then? Dude! I don't understand this whatsoever. It's not budging. This sucker is not budging. I'm guessing that we're probably gonna need to connect a drive shaft to it. It might still think that it has one, even though it never had one. I'm sorry, what just happened? I was just carrying the engine down to Scapegoat because I wanted a little bit of money back for it, and it's being weird. Okay, I think I have it. I'm gonna go back up the hill, and we're good. Interesting. Let's try this again. Okay, why are you doing that? As soon as I get close to the docks, it just disappears. But it is still technically in my hand, I think. So,
Knew this
hey,
guy
bud.
when I lived in Finland.
No,
What
don't
was
do
his
it.
name?
No,
Atari,
we
I
don't
think?
talk. We don't
Yeah, I
talk
knew
about
him
him.
way back.
Yeah, same. But we don't talk about him. I'm just selling you nothing, I guess. $647. Thank you for buying air. We've still got a few things that we need to get torn off of this vehicle before we can start buying fresh, brand spanking new stuff for it. Like this tail light, the rear suspension or rear shock absorbers. We've got the steering column and steering wheel. Pedal box needs to get pulled out. Front suspension, front headlight, probably the license plates. And then the transmission is going to have to stay put because I still don't really know how we're supposed to take that thing out. We are finally ready to start purchasing some new stuff for this here Nugget. Now, what I wanted to do was roll it back into our paint and sandblasting booth so that we could start hitting it with the sandblaster and getting all that rust knocked off of it. But then I realized it's not going anywhere. It's not going to roll in its current condition. So what we need to do first is start with the front suspension, rear suspension, and then I think I'm just going to kind of borrow these wheels temporarily so we can start getting that rust removed. We need to get some wheels on this thing like ASAP-a-lapagus. The entire time I'm doing the suspension, it just keeps like inching itself further and further forward on the hoist. It's about to fall off the dang thing. So I'm just gonna get, we'll just do one bolt, one lug in the front, and one in the rear. We should be able to lower it back down to the ground and hopefully get it adjusted a little bit. Wait, are these? Why would these be flat? They came off of a perfectly good car, so that's interesting. We'll just have to add a little bit of air in each tire, and we should be good. Unfortunately, because we are trying to get this thing backed into the sandblasting booth, I did have to bolt in an old chair and, of course, the parking brake. Otherwise, we wouldn't really be able to move this thing at all. So I'm just going to push it back a little bit, and then we're going to rip the parking brake, hop in, turn our wheel all the way to the left, and that's probably not going to be... Oh, and then drop the parking brake again. It's probably not going to be sharp enough of a turn, I don't think. Yeah, dude, this is going to be like a 17-point turn. This is not great. And just think, not only are we going to struggle getting it inside of the booth, but then also we're going to struggle getting it out, because even by then it still won't have an engine. A few of you probably picked up on the fact that we have the like darker green springs inside of this vehicle, and those are in fact the lifted springs. I said I wanted to do something kind of weird, something kind of wacky with this build, and I'm just kind of thinking like, what's more strange than a lifted drop top E36? I can't think of anything. Now that we've got it backed into here though, the first thing we're gonna do is hit it with the old garden hose so we can see what color it even is. Okay, I wasn't paying attention to this at all, but at first glance, that does appear to be black. But as we're removing years and years worth of dust from the thing, you can see that it's kind of a purple. It's almost like a dark blue purple. It's really a strange color. You guys will have to let me know down in the comments. Do we keep the quote-unquote factory color of this thing, or should we get even crazier with it and do something completely different? It also doesn't really have as much rust as I was expecting, just since it was so dirty. You know, you can't really ever tell all that well. But now that we've got it all cleaned up, we've got a breakout. Actually, we can just leave that back here, can't we? We established that last time around. But we've got to get all the rust cleaned off of it. That might be it. That really might be all of it. That didn't take too terribly long at all. Yeah, 5-star rust condition. Clean state also 5 stars now that she's had a little bath. Color condition, obviously 2 stars. It's missing body panels. And, you know, the whole front grille is kind of a green color. That also wouldn't be a bad color for this thing either. The blue wheels are really throwing it off, but I feel like we've done way too much to this thing in one day's time. So, having said that, that is where we're going to have to wind things down at for today. But once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.